They grew up in the wake of 9/11, a social media explosion, and extracurricular activities that kept them busier than ever. Now, they're experiencing COVID-19 like the rest of us. I'm Dr. Deborah Tillman, and each week I'll be talking to a teen about how they're responding to life. This is Teens in Conversation. Meet Markale, the talented football star at T.C. Williams High School, who was awarded the Presidential Scholarship by Virginia State University. Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Deb, and you are tuning in to Teens in Conversation. Today, I'm so excited to be talking to a senior at T.C. Williams High School, and his name is Markale. Hi, Markale. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You look good. Love the shirt.
Thank you.
Buttoned up. Awesome. You look good.
Thank
So
you.
now, have you always
You too.
dressed like this, or are you just dressing for me?
I'm just dressing for you.
I love it. Thank you so much. All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do at T.C. Williams High School? What are you interested in? What's your hobbies?
Well, not much. I just play football at TC Williams. I play fullback there
Nice. And how many years?
for 5 years.
Wow. So after high school, since you are a senior, you're going to college?
Yes, I'm going to Virginia State University in the fall. They awarded me their presidential scholarship, so I shouldn't have to pay too much for college.
That is so great. Are you going to play football there, or are you going to do
Oh
something else?
no, I'm just gonna study computer engineering there.
Computer engineering.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it. Wow, it's so good to see you. I've interviewed some other TC Williams High School students, and we rarely get to see the males. So now this week I'm focusing on men because I really know that you all have a different perspective on life. You're 17?
Yes, I'm 17.
Okay, so I have a 27-year-old, and I want you to speak to all of the parents out there. I don't know if your parents have had this conversation with you, but oftentimes we live in America, so we know we see some stereotypes that are not the majority of African American men, because there's so many wonderful African American men that are out here doing great things, and a lot of times in the media we don't see that. And so I know for myself and my husband, when we were married, I had to have the conversation with my son, Zeppelin, about, you know, if you were ever stopped by a police officer, say, yes, sir, put your hands on the wheel, do all of these things, because they already have an image in their head. A lot of them, not all of them, have an image in their head about African-American young men. And so I want to know from you, did your parents have to have that conversation, number one? And then have you had any experiences being 17 years old in terms of that sort of thing happening to you personally?
Well, I say I never got it from my parents, but I did get it from my older brother, who was always there for me. He often told me to always be aware of my surroundings and be careful how I act around people and stay out of trouble.
Wow. Right. And how old is he?
He's 24. He just turned 24.
He's 24, so he passed that advice down to you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a blessing. And you listen. That's a really
Yes. I always listen to him. He doesn't tell me anything for a reason, so.
Wow. So you two have a really close relationship?
Yes.
Sounds like it. Okay. Is it just you and your brother or other siblings?
I have about 5 more that I grew up with, and I have a few that aren't around.
Okay. Nice, nice. What's the coolest app you have on your phone?
The coolest app. What is the coolest app? There's so many. Let's say,
Are you on social media a lot or no?
yeah, not a lot, but I do check in. I try to stay off my phone as much as possible. I stay busy, so.
That's different. So when you talk to people, are you a texter or do you literally pick up your phone and call people?
I'm more of a texter,
Okay. Okay.
just so I
But
can
you
get the
don't do it a
message
lot.
quick. Yeah,
Okay. So are you working now? What are you doing during the
well,
day?
I work at the Harris Teeter in Old Town, so I'm there about 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm. And how early did you start working?
I started working last year in March.
So 16 years old.
Yes,
You like having your own money?
I love it.
Do you save?
Yeah, it gives
What
me
you
a
spend?
certain amount of responsibility.
Oh, okay. Good. Who taught you about money, finances, and growing up, or did you have to
My
teach yourself?
Well, my other older brother, who I also learned a lot from, he always wanted to be a accountant, but instead he's going to the military. But he
Oh wow.
always wanted to be an accountant. He was good at math, and I guess he wanted to he could pass that on to me, I guess.
So two older brothers, and then you're the older brother of the other siblings.
I have an older sister, and
Oh, you have an
and
older sister.
then and then there I am.
And then what'd you say?
I said, and then there I am. My older
And then
sister,
there you are.
yeah, my
So
older
now, just
sister,
like just like they give you advice, do you give advice to your younger siblings?
I give advice to them as well.
Okay, what do you say? Give me one thing you say.
Well, my sister, she goes to Morgan State, so and she was having some problems there, and I was just like telling her to just make sure she's all right and keep to herself and take care of her schoolwork.
Take care of her schoolwork. So you've always gotten good grades throughout your whole life, or no?
Oh no,
Like, was there ever a bad? Like, I see we're seeing this wonderful image of you. But have you always been like this from pre-K to elementary to middle school to high school?
no.
What was the roughest time
Well,
for you?
the roughest time, I say middle school,
Mm.
particularly
Why
in sixth grade. I was kind of a bad. I was in trouble a lot. I just like to have fun, so I couldn't turn it off in the classroom. So I was just busy giving the teachers a hard time and everything. And my grades, they weren't really good because I was focused doing that.
You weren't focused? What turned you around?
um, well, my brother, my older brother, the one I talked about at first, the one, yeah, because in I want to say seventh grade, I got into two fist fights, and
Oh, wow.
he talked to me after the second one, and he was like, he just told me straight, like, stay out of trouble, or this is gonna happen, or yeah, and I guess it stuck with me. So,
That's good.
and I say another hard part is now, I guess, since we're not really in direct communication with teachers, so I can't really get the same education as I got over the years, which kind of makes me appreciate it more.
Wow. In what way?
Well, I kind of miss being in a classroom. I know that's crazy to hear from a teenager, but
No, not really. What do you miss about it? The social interaction or the
yeah,
teachers?
and the availability of your teacher because you can't always reach your teachers over the internet. So,
Right. So I'm hearing that they don't teach new information. Is it just the same thing, but you're just developing the skills deeper? Like, how I'm not understanding how they are teaching if they can't teach new things.
well, right now, I think they're not really teaching new things. They're just giving us more like work to do with the things that we had before, I guess.
Okay.
And yeah, so I think I'm done with one of my classes pretty much. AP Calculus, I had their exam yesterday. I've been
Okay.
pretty busy.
Nice, nice, nice. Do you have a girlfriend?
Oh no.
You said, "Oh no."
No,
Why you say it like that, Markel?
I don't know. My focus is in two places.
Okay, tell us the two.
Well,
Schoolwork, we know,
yeah, work and college and all that.
in college and all of that. Okay, yeah, that's good. Awesome.
Maybe once I get a handle on those things.
I like talking to you because you seem very focused, and you just said that you can't handle all of those things. Yes, a girlfriend is a full time job. Just in case you need to know that, okay?
My brother's engaged.
Is he? Nice. Good. And your mom, what kind of relationship do you have with your mom?
Oh, I love my mom. She's kind of like one of my best friends, but yeah. But she's my mom, so
Yeah, yeah. Well, keep being good to your mom.
I will.
I'm gonna ask you one last question. If you were to name your generation a name, I know it's Gen Z, but don't say Gen Z. If you were to name your generation a name, what would that name be?
The knuckleheads.
You did not say that. You said the knuckleheads. Why do you say that?
Our generation can't stay out of trouble.
They can't stay out of trouble.
No.
Why do you think they can't stay out of trouble?
Mm, I guess they got used to seeing things a certain way, and I guess they want to follow in that way.
Mm. So how can you give me one thing? I know I said that was the last question, but can you give me one thing that made you turn your life into a different way? Was it the brother or was it your mother? Like, what was that thing? Because you're not just speaking to your teens, your peers, you're speaking to other parents who are watching you as well. And we want to know how to get it right, basically.
Well, I say it was both of them. My mother, my brother, all of my siblings. I watched my sister. She really went to college, so I guess I wanted to follow in her footsteps and be a Virginia State man, I guess.
Right. Oh, she's at Morgan State,
Yeah,
right?
she's at Morgan State, but
Oh, okay. Okay. Where's your dad?
my dad, he's in Florida.
Okay, so you didn't grow up with him?
No, but he was there in a way. He's
Okay,
still
good.
there. I talk to him often.
Good. That's important. All right. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
Stay safe. I'm
You
so
too.
proud of you getting the presidential scholarship going to Virginia State. And I want you to keep in contact with us. Give us your address so we can send you some care packages. You know, I know y'all need snacks in college. I remember those days. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thanks, Markel.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
What an amazing young man Markel is. Oftentimes I talk to parents and they get so upset with their children because, teenagers have their own little swag. But I think just talking to Markel and looking at him at first impression, I think I'm kind of set in my ways too, being a baby boomer parent. The first thing I noticed was that he had his shirt buttoned up and he looked presentable. And you all don't know how many people interview with me and come in jeans with t-shirts. And I'm like, they're coming for an interview. Did nobody tell them they're supposed to dress up? He didn't have to necessarily dress up for this interview. He could come as he is. But obviously, that creates something in our minds when they show up in a way that is presentable. And so for all of you parents out there, I know we should not be judgmental. And I just caught that about myself, that I was being a little judgmental by the fact that he looks so nice. And that shouldn't be odd to me. But it is, because I have so many people that come to me and I'm like, did they not know that they were interviewing? And he came presentable. And so for all you parents out there, I know it's not about being judgmental, but really, let's teach our children that when they're coming on for an interview or when they're going for an interview, to just be presentable, basically. They don't have to be in a suit, but just be presentable. He's an amazing gentleman, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen for him. He already has a great scholarship from a university, and I know he's going to do great things. So for all of you out there, I hope you love this video. Leave some comments for Markel. Wish him luck. Congratulate him. And stay tuned for the next episode of Teens in Conversation.